Now, Wave 31 Storm Tracker Chief Meteorologist Jeff Castle with 31 Triple Doppler.
Gosh, a lot of that video is just amazing to watch. Not in a good way, but just kind of sad, you know, kind of shocking, I guess is the word I'm looking for.
Yeah, and they're hopefully not going to have a horrible wildfire season again this year, but that's always a concern out there in the West, particularly if they get a lack of rainfall. We've got heat around here. We've got plenty of humidity in the air as well. Basically, summertime patterns shaping up for us. Nothing out of the ordinary weather-wise is coming up around here in the coming days. In fact, pretty typical pattern for us. The big blue H. We talk about it a lot during the summer season. That is high pressure in the mid to upper atmosphere, characterized by sinking air, which does a couple things. Number one, limits rain activity. Number two, as that air sinks, it compresses and warms. And these areas of high pressure in the mid to upper atmosphere are often responsible for those heat waves. And probably, as we mentioned in that story, hearing about it across the Northeast. Of course, we had some high heat over the weekend. It's backed off a little bit, but it is going to return later into the week. Northeast gets it the next few days, and then by Friday, 8 a.m., we're going to see that basically parked over the top of us. So we're going to see those temperatures on the climb again, perhaps getting back middle to maybe upper 90s heading into the weekend. There will be a little pattern change heading into next week. That area of high pressure will start to take up residence over the southwest part of the country, so moving away from us, and that will open the door, at least for some rain to perhaps move back in. In the meantime, that's going to be a little tough to come by after seeing some isolated spots of wet weather the last couple days. Average high for us is 90. We'll be close to that tomorrow and Wednesday. Enjoy it while it lasts. Look at what's looming at the end of the week and into the weekend. Again, as that area high pressure builds back in over the top of us, our temperatures going back up, and we could see upper 90s returning once again heading into the weekend. Muggy meter's not out of control, at least not into the oppressive range, but you'll definitely feel the humidity the rest of the week and may start to see a little spike in the moisture levels in the atmosphere heading into next week, and that will contribute to, again, perhaps the return of some better rain chances. Right now, all quiet. Wave 31 Triple Doppler. Showers that we had earlier out here into the shoals are gone. Closest rain is just outside of our area in western Tennessee, northern Mississippi. I'm not expecting any of that to build back in overnight tonight. Tomorrow morning, 6 a.m., some cloud cover as you head out the door, and kind of like today, we'll have a little sun at times, or at least bleeding through the clouds, but certainly not expecting tons of blue sky out there tomorrow. But at the same time, you can safely leave the rain gear at home. Taking a look at the tropics, we are updating you on what likely will be our first named storm in the Gulf. Perhaps by daybreak tomorrow. Meteorologist Grace Anello will let you know if that has formed. The latest forecast suggesting that it will sometime later tonight or during the morning hours tomorrow. The track of this likely gets it steered into Mexico, so not a direct impact on the Gulf Coast of the U.S., but there is going to be a lot of rain that sets up along, especially the Texas Gulf Coast, maybe over towards the Louisiana coast, and that will be a big issue there with some areas seeing in excess of 5 to maybe 10 inches of rainfall before it's all said and done. If we get that named storm, it will be Alberto, the first one on the list this year. For us tonight, just a warm but otherwise quiet one, down to 71 in Scottsboro. We dropped to 74 in Huntsville and Fayetteville. Decatur 75 tonight. Same out toward the shoals. Forecast tomorrow will be a warm one, but not necessarily bright sunshine all day long, but still going to see temperatures climb nonetheless through the 80s in the morning. And then we'll spend most of tomorrow afternoon right around that 90-degree mark. That's our high in Huntsville, Decatur, and Muscle Shoals. Elsewhere, anywhere from about 88 to 89 degrees for those highs. Again, that's right around average for this time of year. Wave 31 Storm Tracker 10-day has similar weather on Wednesday, high of 89, and then we see the heat build a little more as we close out the week, head into the weekend. 94 Friday, 97 on Saturday, 98 degrees on Sunday. Again, little, if any, rain to track through the weekend. Next week, though, we do expect to see at least some widely scattered to isolated showers and storms back. Continued hot, continued humid. Temperatures likely remain in the 90s for the most part going forward for at least the next week and a half.